Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back again with another video. I thought I'd do my Champions League preview today, as I might not have some availability tomorrow. We're going to do a combined 11. We're going to go straight into the video, talk about our lineup, talk about any players that are coming back from injury, some players that didn't start the previous game, and also talk about our score predictions ahead of a big game Wednesday night away at the San Siro. Not an easy ground to go to, of course, especially considering the form, the quality form that Inter are on right now with Inzaghi, but also some of their star players that stand out for Inter. But need I say, we're going to go straight into the video soon. If you're watching on Twitter, please click the link in my Twitter bio. It has a link to my YouTube channel. I do all sorts of Arsenal content, even some basketball content, NHL, NFL, and we do Champions League content as well as Premier League for the Arsenal men's team. Sometimes I like to talk about the women's games in my streams, but I don't necessarily do every video dedicated to the women's team. Hi, Malia. Thank you for tuning in. She says, long time no see, sarcastically, as I just went live to do my video news reacting to Edu Gaspar leaving Arsenal for Nottingham Forest's owner and 3 different clubs that he owns with immediate effect. Arsenal, as I mentioned in my breaking news video, that Arsenal would release an official statement. And just like I mentioned, Arsenal released an official statement. So Edu Gaspar to leave Arsenal with immediate effect. If you guys haven't seen that video, it is over here on my recent videos. It's my most recent video. And at the beginning of my video, not sponsored by the way, but a good friend of mine, Miles, who's also known as Arsenal Memes, has a really big meme account on Instagram. He made this cup for me. He got it made for me. And it's no other than star boy Bukayo Saka for England. With that being said, folks, international break is around the corner, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on what team you support. And I support England and Team Canada, as I'm a dual citizen. And international break is right after the game we play Chelsea at the Bridge. But before we get into another Premier League preview on Friday, we're going to go straight into this deep dive of the Inter Milan Arsenal game. If you're new and you haven't already checked out my channel, please check out my previous videos before you decide whether to click that subscribe button or not. As you guys know or may not know, I'm on the road to 9,000 subscribers, which is an insane reality right now to be saying. I'm quite proud of myself over the 4.5 years of doing YouTube to build a community with you guys and to keep a balanced approach on my view of Arsenal. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video, talk about the preview and our predicted lineup for the Arsenal. So first and foremost, I want to talk about some injury updates. We don't really have much injury updates or red card concerns. Thank God we don't have red card concerns in the Champions League. Our last game was to Shakhtar Donetsk midweek at home, and now we're on the road away. Even for the Premier League and the Champions League, we're away at the San Siro, Inter Milan. Guys, those of you who have traveled or who are traveling, I'm extremely jealous of you. I would have loved to go to this game. I initially planned to go to this game. However, I was unsuccessful in securing a ticket. Even though my passport is valid and everything, I was unsuccessful in getting a ticket, so I couldn't go. And although I would have loved to go, and I would have loved to see Lautaro Martinez play live, one of my favorite players, Arsenal aside. By the way, on a side note, yes, I do get distracted easily. It's part of the autism disorder, but it is what it is. I got a pin recently, or a badge, as you Brits call it, for Arsenal and the poppy in remembrance of the fallen soldiers and people who fought in the wars over the years. If you guys don't know, Remembrance Day is on the 11th of November, which is next week, and it's a bank holiday here, so I will not be at work. With that being said, let's get straight into the preview. So we don't really have some injured players other than those who are, well, we don't have fresh injuries other than those who are still injured, like the likes of Kieran Tierney, Tomiyasu, and the biggest loss for us so far is Martin Odegaard, unavailable to play, unavailable for selection in this game. Now, in my opinion, I think Odegaard would make the bench for Inter and start Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. However, Arteta's press conference is tomorrow, sometime tomorrow around 8 p.m. Don't quote me on that time frame. It could be earlier, it could be later, but I think it would be earlier, or if not, at 8 p.m. And tomorrow I am going to go live to talk to you about Arteta's press conference ahead of the game against Inter at the San Siro, and I'm going to give you any updates that Arteta provides. Most of the time, Arteta likes to keep his cards close to himself, so he doesn't reveal too much. If you guys don't already know or haven't seen Arteta's press conferences before, he likes to keep things hush. Malia says Inter is going to be a tough one, I think. The teams are looking good and we're on the road. I really hope we get the win. I'm either going for a 2-1 Arsenal win or a 1-1 draw. Malia, I also think we're going to draw this game. Inter are a really good side, and I think they've only lost one game so far for their season. Under Inzaghi, they started off a bit shaky, but they're looking so strong, and some of their players are just miles better than us. We are going to do a combined 11 of Inter and Arsenal, unbiased combined 11, and that might be a bit hard to do, but Inter do have some good players, and no disrespect to them. Twice on one night, we are blessed. Well, Chris, next time we play Leicester, it'll be great to do a stream again. And most importantly, it'll be nice to catch up one of these days whenever you're free. It's been a long time since I've had a proper chat with you. Mate, you're too busy going on holidays without us. Long holidays, enjoying yourself. You deserve it, Chris, though. I'm really happy for you. Guys, back to the Champions League injury updates. So again, we're not really missing any other fresh injuries other than whom we already have out. In my opinion, I do think Odegaard would make the bench for Inter Milan away at Wednesday night and then start fresh legs against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, previously where we drew 2-2 away at the Bridge, with goals by Leandro Trossard and Declan Rice. Going into this game, I'm a bit nervous as Inter Milan are the home side. Their fans are really, really loud and noisy, but more importantly, we have to turn up. Having failed to get results in the Premier League against Newcastle and Bournemouth away on the road, Arsenal's Champions League form away from home hasn't necessarily been the best or been convincing. And even against Shakhtar at home, I think one of our most convincing games so far in the Premier League was at home against PSG, where we had a consistent 90 minutes of good football, not just a stop-start or not just one half where we played better than the other. My most fearful concern for this game is Arsenal do not go a goal up and sit back. Do not invite the pressure and strength of Inter Milan's players onto us. Do not allow the opposition to get back into first gear if we are already 1-0 up at the San Siro. Ma says tomorrow Champions League, election 2, and hope the world continues and beat Inter Wednesday, no edu. Yeah, lots of news today, Moss. I've been live twice today, which is crazy because I don't normally do that. Big up to Jack. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. And he says he's been asleep for most of the day. Mate, yesterday's game, Man United Chelsea, Chelsea away at Old Trafford was a snooze fest, and I was nearly falling asleep watching that game. But I hope, all jokes aside, I hope you feel better. Going into this game, I'm a bit worried again with our momentum. In the Premier League, I know the Champions League is a whole entirely different picture, but we're lacking creativity. Without Odegaard in the starting 11, we have nothing to create for our strikers, nothing to put forward on the plate for our forwards, and no creativity in midfield. My lineup for this game would be a strong lineup because with the intention of us getting confidence for our players, getting match fitness for some players coming back from the bench against Newcastle, and also thinking ahead of the league game against Chelsea on Sunday. With that being said, my starting 11 would be a 4-3-3 formation and would be Raya in goal, Ben White. Ben White was previously on the bench against Newcastle in the league. As a result, we played Partey at right back. First and foremost, Partey's going back to midfield for this game. No and, ifs, or buts, or no doubts about it. No questions asked. No second guessing. Ben White at right back fits right back into his position. And Partey back into midfield. Saliba, Gabriel partnership, and then Timber for me on the left. Partey, Rice, and Leandro Trossard midfield. Previously, in my last video, I said, why not give Ethan Nwaneri a chance? Now, some people are probably going to comment on that video saying, are you deluded? You're thinking of giving Ethan Nwaneri a chance against big bad Inter Milan away at the San Siro. You guys saw when Ethan Nwaneri came on against Newcastle, again, league game, different competition. He struggled a bit. He didn't necessarily win his duels. He didn't necessarily get first to the ball. And it doesn't help when he wasn't getting serviced. But I do think for this game, put Trossard back to midfield and go to what we originally know. Saka on the right, Havertz up front, and Martinelli on the left wing. Now, this is a game where I need to see much more improvement from Gabriel Martinelli on the left-hand side flanks. Inter Milan are ready to shut down the service to Bukayo Saka. They would get 2 men or 3 men to man-mark Bukayo Saka, shutting down our right-hand side, which means our left-hand side would be easier to get at if Martinelli is not awake, positionally aware, or in the right areas when we need him to be. Take your chances, Arsenal. I can't stress this enough. Against the league game against Liverpool, we struggled to take our chances. We could have won that game before the controversial third goal that was disallowed. Against Newcastle, Declan Rice had a chance that could have made it equalizer, and we failed to do so. These are the games where you need to take your chances. You need to take on your man. You need to win your duels. And just like BX says, make Arsenal great again. The election is tomorrow, the US election. However, Arsenal have to focus on Wednesday's game because it's only going to get more stressful from here, where we have games away on the road for several weeks. After Chelsea, there is an international game week, which I reiterate will be a bit boring if you're so used to club football and you don't like international football. Those of you guys who will be at the San Siro, enjoy the game. I am so jealous of you guys. I wish I could go. I'm waiting for the round of 16 to see who we draw and where the legs are, whether it's home or away. But I would love to go to another European away game. I think Ethan Nwaneri should be on in the second half. I think he should start Trossard. Same starting 11 I've gone with Malia. In my previous video, when I broke the news about Edu Gaspar leaving, I said Ethan should start. Now, thinking about it, I would play Nwaneri in a second half, bring on Sterling as a substitute for Martinelli, and then bring on Miles Lewis-Skelly and the kids once it's about 80 minutes in the game. Even take off Partey for Jorginho around the 70-minute mark, depending on how the game is going. Now, I do think this is a game where the dominance of Partey and Rice midfield partnership would start this game. With that being said, somebody's asking me, Gunners Go in the chat is asking me, is Martin Odegaard back? Arteta's press conference for this game is tomorrow around 8 p.m. roughly, and that's UK time. So tomorrow we'll know whether Odegaard is starting or not. In my opinion, I would bring Odegaard from the bench in about 70 minutes or so, or even 80 minutes as a sub to get match fitness, to get warmed up, and to build his confidence ahead so that he can start for Chelsea at the Bridge on Sunday, which is a must-win game for us in the Premier League. Hi, Flicks. Thank you for tuning in. Gunners Go says Trossard isn't good at starting. I agree. I do think Trossard is much more impactful coming off the bench. However, in this case, I'm putting Trossard in midfield in a 4-3-3 with Declan Rice, Thomas Partey alongside him. As you guys know, against Newcastle, Ben White did not start the game. He only had one training session before the Newcastle game. And we played Partey at right back. I think Partey did do all right at right back against Newcastle, but in this game, we need our strongest 11 possible with what's available. And with what's available at the moment, I'm putting Partey back in his original position in midfield and playing Ben White at right back. I do think Jurrien Timber is fine to start. No concerns for him whatsoever. And sub him on for Jorginho at halftime. I agree with you. We have the likes of Jesus, Raheem Sterling, Jorginho, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri to come off the bench and impact the game. So I think Gunners has Jorginho starting this game in his predicted 11. Guys, if you're going to comment down below your predicted 11, let me know your formations as well, and I will read them out. I am going with a classic 4-3-3, what we normally play, and don't make things too complicated. This is a game where we really need to go at Inter Milan, but also be careful on both sides of the flanks. I think Inter Milan will do a lot to break us down those sides, especially on the left-hand side where Martinelli will play. I think that's where we need to be more positionally aware and alert. Inter Milan, the threats for me come from Marcus Thuram. I wouldn't really say Dumfries, but also from Inter Milan, Lautaro Martinez up front. You guys know whenever he gets service, he doesn't miss his chances. He takes his chances. And for me, that's a player we need to look out for. Going into my combined 11 of Inter Milan, Arsenal, unbiased combined 11. It's Raya in goal, DiMarco, Saliba, Gabriel, Dumfries. And I'm also doing this formation is a 4-3-3. Rice, Nico Barella, 100%. Absolutely phenomenal player to watch, whether you like watching other leagues, watching Inter, or even watching him play for his country. Nico Barella is chef's kiss. He's an incredible player, extremely talented, and somebody that I would have loved to see at Arsenal. But unfortunately, these kind of players, they don't like to leave Italy. The same thing I said earlier when I broke the news of Edu Gaspar is that I would have loved to see us have someone like Lautaro Martinez. He's so lethal in front of goal. He takes his chances, and he's not afraid to take his man on. He always gets in the right positions, the right areas at the right time. He's a fox in the box, and for me, he's a bad boy striker, which is exactly what we need in the league. So my midfield is Declan Rice, Barella, and Zielinski. My front three is Martinelli, Lautaro Martinez without a doubt, and Bukayo Saka on the right wing. I'm not going to pick an Inter player on the right wing because I think Bukayo Saka is clear of their right wingers. And my back four, I think it's a fair back four that I've given for my combined 11. But it's kind of tough between Gabriel and Bastoni. To be honest, I think Bastoni deserves a good shout. A lot of people say Bastoni is very underrated. I do agree. Even picking between Saliba, Gabriel, and Bastoni, it's hard because they have DiMarco and Dumfries. I would even Gabriel or Bastoni. It's a head-to-head for me. Maybe a flip of the coin. I could put Bastoni in there and take out Gabriel. Bastoni, Saliba, Dumfries, and DiMarco. I have a Barella Euros 2020 shirt. He's incredible. What a talented player they have. And it's a shame because these players don't like to leave Italy. So I think the Premier League doesn't appeal for them. I think Charlie's going to join me, so I'm just waiting for him. I did send him the link on WhatsApp. That's my combined 11, guys. Whether you guys agree with me, it's a 4-3-3. I'm going to give it to you guys again. Raya, DiMarco, Saliba, Bastoni, Dumfries, Rice, Nico Barella, Zielinski, Martinelli on the left, Lautaro Martinez in up front, and Saka on the right wing. And absolutely incredible to see Bastoni play. I would have loved to go to this game to watch Bastoni, Lautaro Martinez, Nico Barella. I wouldn't really say I wanted to watch Dumfries play. That's an exaggeration. CFC Edits, big up to you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for tuning in. He says 2-1 Inter Milan. I did talk about Marcus Thuram before. I don't think he's going to start. I think he's going to start for them, but in my combined 11, I wouldn't put Thuram ahead of Lautaro Martinez. That's just being delusional. But this season, Thuram has been really good, and of course, Bastoni is class as well. He's very underrated. I'm get a pair of them Apple headphones for Christmas. Yeah, they're quite good. I've had them for I think over 2 years now. I'm not really afraid of course, Inter Milan previously had Lukaku, but he's no longer there. So this is my combined 11 based on players that they have available and that we have available. I think it's a pretty much unbiased combined 11. When you're doing these combined 11s, you have to be as unbiased as possible. So that's my combined 11. I agree, BX. DiMarco is a big threat along with Lautaro Martinez. Bastoni, again, someone that's really, really good at ball retention, his pace, and as well as his passing range is quite good when you watch him play. Barella as well in the midfield. I think it's going to be a hard matchup for us in the midfield, and this game for me is won in a midfield battle, which is why please, please, please put Thomas Partey back in midfield. Keep our right back as Ben White and stick to things that work. No chopping and changing to different formations, different style of play that we haven't tested before. Don't overthink this game, or else Inter Milan will punish us, especially their attack. Moss giving me his starting 11. Moss says Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, Partey in midfield, Rice, he's starting Marino, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. Kiel Martinez, red and white, Canada and Arsenal. I know Moss can't stand Lautaro Martinez, but Moss, he's so talented. He's so good. I know it sucks because he's Italian, but he's such a good player. No bias. You have to give him credit when and where it's due, and he's been incredible for club and country. Moss, my lineup differs to you just by a little bit. Instead of playing Marino, I'm putting Partey, Rice, Trossard in midfield. I did say to give Ethan Nwaneri a chance, but maybe it's too soon, especially away to a game like Inter, where you want to at least draw or win. For me, it's try to win the game, and if not, take a draw. That's the mentality that I'm going with. I hope we don't go into this game with the mentality that we need to draw this game, but I wouldn't be upset if we drew this game. Argentine racist. Yeah, I remember that in the Copa America. That was awful. My predicted lineup, my defense. So Gunners Go giving me his lineup. He says, Tomiyasu. First of all, Gunners Go, I'm sorry to tell you, Tomiyasu is still injured and unavailable for Arsenal. So he goes Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Raheem, Declan Rice, Partey, Jorginho midfield. We wouldn't have pace in that midfield if Jorginho is starting, but we would have really good passing accuracy. The only thing I will correct you here is Tomiyasu is unavailable to play. He's still injured and recovering. Arteta did not provide an exact return date, but he did say a few weeks in the last press conference. Now, Arteta's presser is tomorrow at 8 p.m., so I'll be live again to talk about Arteta's press conference and do a reaction to Arteta's press conference, but also analyzing players that are available or have returned back from injury. Everybody is asking about the availability of Martin Odegaard, and Arsenal have yet to determine that and yet to disclose that, whether Martin Odegaard will be available, whether to make the bench or whether to start this game. I would be really surprised if he starts this game. I don't have him in my predicted 11. I just think I wouldn't risk him to start this game, but I'd give him a couple of minutes off the bench to get his match fitness up. For me, his crucial is to start against Chelsea, and then we have international break, and then we're back on the road. We have Forest after that, and Forest are no pushovers. I am going to add Charlie now. Charlie, one moment, please. Charlie, welcome to the panel as I sip my Saka cup.
Perfect
I have
timing.
hot water in here.
How are you, Mel?
Saka profile picture. Saka for England. Lee Carsley
Yeah,
ball.
let's go, man.
Lee Carsley ball. I don't know how bad it's going to get, but he's definitely not manager for England. We're waiting for Tommy Tuchel, but we'll see how England do. Charlie, you going to any England games this 2-week international break?
I'm gonna try and go to the Island game, but nah.
Oh,
The other game's
Wembley.
Greece away, but I'm
Yeah,
not going to that.
Wembley. Greece away is, I think, already sold out too. Some people are going
Yeah,
from that
exactly.
chat. Well, Charlie, big week ahead for us. First stop is at the San Siro. What a stadium to go to, man. I really wish I was there.
Yeah, I'm
I'm really
going.
gutted I couldn't go.
I'm in the away end. Nah, I'm joking. I'm not. I wish.
I would have cried.
I,
Charlie got a ticket and not me. Oh
I
no.
wish, man. I wish. I'd love to have gone there.
Their
That'd be
fans are
amazing.
ultras. The Inter Milan fans are super ultras. I think it'll be a good game. Some people are
Yeah,
saying
it's a
it's
big
gonna
week.
be like watching paint dry. Charlie, any threats for you from that Inter Milan team? You did hear my combined 11 in a 4-3-3. Bastoni, Nico Barella, Marcus Thuram, Lautaro Martinez. Any shouts for you in particular?
Uh, I'd say Barella. He's a good player. To be fair to him, he's good. Um, and yeah, Lautaro Martinez, because I watched him at Wembley and he's a great player and he knows where the back of the net is. And Inter Milan are a good team. They made the UCL final a few years back, year before last. So it's going to be a tough game. It's not really the ideal game for us to have straight after Newcastle and before Chelsea because it is a really tough game. But
yeah,
if we can go and win at the San Siro, it'll give us some huge confidence going into Chelsea because, like I said, it's a huge week, man. It's a huge week.
before Charlie, I don't know, you may have been a kid. Last time we played in the San Siro, we won. We won
Yeah,
high scoring
5-1.
game. We 5-1. Yeah, it was
5-1.
I think maybe you were really young then, but it was a good game. We won 5-1 in 2003. The last time our head to head. Charlie, you confident for this game? Any worries for you considering our form isn't necessarily the greatest after a 1-0 defeat to
Oh,
Newcastle?
I've got a lot of worries about this game. I'm not that confident going into this game. I reckon we're going to draw 1-1, honestly, which wouldn't actually be that bad of a result. The Champions League isn't the problem this season because we've actually got 7 points from 3 games. So
Yeah.
8 points from 4 games wouldn't be too bad. So
for the Youth Champions League, we just need to finish in the top 8 for the group stages.
Exactly.
And then we can manage to go to the round of 16. I think we're doing all right in the Champions League. If we're being honest, we're not
we
so
are.
far behind.
No, we are. We're doing all right in the UCL. Beat PSG, Atalanta away. We got a draw. If it weren't
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah, we beat Shakhtar Donetsk. So,
yeah.
Like I said, you got to win your home games and get the odd win on the road, and I think we'll be fine. But it's the Premier League that's a problem. It is. The Premier League's a problem.
I can't believe Villa are top of the Champions League right now. That's
We're
crazy.
5th. We're behind Nottingham Forest. So, yeah, Premier League.
And right now
problem.
We're 9th in a group stage of Champions League.
Yeah.
Previously, Charlie, our head-to-head meets with Inter Milan, we've had 2 previous meets where Inter Milan won one of the games, and Arsenal in 2002-2003 won 5-1 against Inter Milan before in the Champions League. This game for me relies on a midfield battle of Arsenal. I think that's where this game is really going to come down to. And Charlie, what is your predicted 11 for this game?
Oh no. God, where do I start with this?
Hi, Nippon, big up.
David Raya's got obviously starting goal, obviously. That's a no-brainer. Right back, Ben White hopefully can come back in. And then left back would be Timber. The 2 centre backs, literally they decide themselves. Gabriel and Saliba. Midfield, I'd go Thomas Partey back in midfield. I'd 100%. Go Declan Rice. And then I'd go Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left. If Odegaard, I don't know what's going on with Odegaard, but I wouldn't start him in this game, even if he is fit.
So would you, if he's fit and able to make the bench, Charlie, would you have him come off the bench at all?
I'd have him come off the bench, yeah. I'd have him come off
Fair
the bench.
play. I said the same thing.
Because if I don't really want to throw him in straight away after well, it's been what, 2 months nearly. So I'd
Yeah,
go
it's been
Ethan
about
Nueri.
8
Oh, you
weeks
know
now.
what? Ethan Nueri. Let's start him at cam. Yeah, if I'm the manager, I'll be bold. So, and up front would be Kai Havertz. You know what I
And
mean?
your wingers?
Oh, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left.
Yeah. What about I missed your midfield. You had Partey,
Pa-
Rice,
yeah,
and one more midfielder.
Partey,
Ethan
Rice,
Nwaneri?
Ethan. Yeah, Nueri. Yeah.
So this is the thing. In my previous video, I said start Ethan Nwaneri. Now you watched that game against Newcastle. Yes, it's an entirely different opposition, but it was also an away game.
Yeah.
Ethan Nwaneri struggled a bit. Now, with that being said, he didn't necessarily get the help or service. With him being an academy kid, do you think he is ready to play against Inter Milan away at the San Siro to start this game?
Yeah, let's give it a go. Why not? Why not? We have no creativity at the moment. Yeah, it's been really toothless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's give him a go. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But he's a good player, and yeah, why not? I want to see him start. Let's go for it. Let's see what he can do. A big chance for him. And
Hi, Garvin.
who knows? On the counter attack, he could be that type of player that we need to get hold of the ball and feed Saka and Martinelli. So yeah.
I said go with what we're used to, then bring on the bench subs. You know, Jorginho, Sterling, Jesus if you need to, Ethan Nwaneri, Miles Lewis-Skelly. And if Odegaard is on the bench for Inter on Wednesday night, bring him off the bench around the 70-minute mark to get match fitness for Sunday's game, where we are away at the Bridge. That's the game we're looking ahead of, Charlie, and this is kind of like a pre-warm-up before a big game on Sunday, a London derby in the Premier League.
Yeah. This is a big game though. Still, do you know what I mean? If we go and lose this game, our fans will be more.
We're shot for confidence already. Our fan base is getting riled up, toxic.
It is
more and more toxic. Our sporting director has decided to shut down shop and go to Forest for 3 times the salary. It's looking a bit shaky of a ship at the moment. We're looking the Titanic before it sunk.
Yeah. Well, the only problem is I don't want to see Trossard start in this game because he was not good. He was really bad against Newcastle.
But the thing is, against Newcastle, was he in the midfield? It didn't really look like he was playing midfield. It looked like he was playing a bit more up front. I don't know. He looked lost and he looked out of position for me.
I think he's better. I think he's better off the bench.
I agree.
We all know Trossard's a good player, yeah, but he's better off the bench.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's more impactful off the bench. See you Sunday, Garvin. Of course, may the best team win on Sunday. I am doing a preview on Friday for this game at the Bridge. And of course, my friends, I have a lot of friends who support Chelsea. I hope they're not giving it large too early.
Well, I hope it's a repeat of the last time we played them because I was there and some of my Chelsea friends didn't talk to me for a few days after.
The home game, we came back from 2-0.
Yeah, this Sunday's going to be a lot different.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last season we got good results against Chelsea, but yeah, Chelsea are above us, so they're going along well. But yeah, I mean, this game's going to be tough against Inter Milan. They've got Bastoni as well. They've got good players. DeMarco, watch out for him. Him v Saka, that's going to be a big battle. And yeah, they've got a good team in the Milan.
We got Super Mikel Arteta. I agree. A loss against Chelsea would be more damaging, in my opinion. I agree because we could lose against Inter hypothetically, and I stress hypothetically, but we could still make it into the top 8 of the Champions League group stage, so we don't have a playoffs. Yes, I'm buzzing. There's an 8:00 kickoff Saturday, and it's us versus Villa. Villa are not doing well either, but in the Champions League, they're bloody top of the group.
Yeah, Villa aren't doing too bad in the Prem, to be fair.
You'll
but
probably either beat or draw with Chelsea on Sunday. Yeah. We need to win because our league title hopes. Charlie, I do want to ask you, our previous games with Inter Milan, we did win one of them where we won 5-1. Do you think this game's going to be a high-scoring game or a close game?
Well, we all know what the answer to that is. it wouldn't surprise me if this is a 0-0 or 1-1. To be honest, I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie to you. But I think it could be a high-scoring game, but I think it'll be a close game. They've got good players. Like I said, they've got good players. They've got Jan Sommer who's good in goal. Dumfries, their fullbacks are good. Thuram as well. They've got
Toro and Thuram.
They've got the ex-Arsenal man, Henrik Mkhitaryan as well.
I think he's on the bench for them, right? Or does he
And
start some other games?
And
they have the
watch out.
Canadian Buchanan.
Yeah, I was about to say it. Watch out for the Canadian Buchanan as well. And
he just came
Correa.
back from a big injury.
Yeah. Arnautovic as well, the ex-Stoke man. So he's on.
DiMarco Italian, Denzel
And
Dumfries.
oh no. Watch out for the Porto man, ex-Porto man, Taremi.
Oh no.
Yeah. So if he comes on, he's probably going to score because I'm not too sure if he scored against us or not, but he's a good player. They got a good team, Inter Milan. They have, and they drew at the Etihad as well.
Yeah, they drew at the Etihad. All going away to the Etihad. I think Inter Milan so far this season, Charlie, they've only lost one game under Inzaghi. Exactly. They're doing really, really well, and they're in really good form. I think they drew one of the game and lost. They've only drawn one game so far in a Champions League, and they've lost none. So I think I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw, but it would be incredible if we won at the San Siro again. Charlie, what about you? Your score prediction for this game?
1-1. 1-1.
Same.
1-1 to be honest. But if we win, I'll be absolutely delighted. I would. It'd be a massive win. They're a good team. This is a really tough game. Arguably tougher than it could almost because they're doing really well. It could be almost as tough as the Chelsea game for me because Inter Milan are a good team. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea are good.
Yeah, they're no pushovers for sure.
No, I think Inter Milan's going to be on paper. It looks to me like it's going to be the hardest game out of these two. But Chelsea's way more important for sure, and Chelsea are a good team as well. So I'm not saying
Malia gave us her predicted 11. She said Raya, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel centre back, Timber left back, Partey midfield, Rice and Trossard in the midfield, Martinelli on the left, Saka on the right, and Kai Havertz up front. I agree with this, and I agree to put Kai Havertz up front because we have no other creativity. At least Havertz will try to create chances for himself if no one's servicing him from the midfield. Before with Odegaard, guys, we used to have goals coming from the midfield for fun. Partey would score, Rice would score. And now without Odegaard, it's like we're shot for confidence and we have no creativity from the midfield and no service to our attackers.
No,
looks like Flicks is bored or something because
someone's bored and wanting to troll
get
me
attention.
Around.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, 1-1. Look, for me, Inter Milan are in good form. They are. They are a really good team. So I think it'll be 1-1 to be honest.
Inter Milan are a good team. Now, Charlie, 1-0 is not the worst result. It's not the end of the day.
No, it's not.
Really.
No, it's not. By the way, I'd be happy with a draw, but I want to get the win as well. But it is a tough game. San Siro, Inter Milan, they are a good team. But considering we've not got a lot of confidence at the moment, if we can get a win going into Chelsea, that'd be unbelievable.
I think also the San Siro, the stadium itself and the atmosphere plays a big part. I don't want to say it's like Anfield, but it does play a big part going into this game, especially when our confidence isn't at a high at the moment. For me, this game is the warm-up to Chelsea at the Bridge on Sunday. And let's hope that these players will turn up. Let's hope we all do well. And Arteta, don't overthink this game. Play your strongest 11 possible with what's available. Tomorrow, I will be live to do a review or discuss Arteta's press conference ahead of the game Wednesday night. Wednesday, we'll do a watch along of the game.
Ooh.
I am nervous for this game. I didn't say that about playing PSG. I didn't say I was nervous for PSG. I guess because we were at home to PSG. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, PSG away would be difficult. But no, look, it's going to be a tough game. And for me, we need to show up in these, because these last two away games, for me, have been unacceptable. We've been dreadful in both
Yeah.
games. So we have been dreadful, and we need a win. If we can get a decent result against Inter and beat Chelsea, then I think things will be looking up again, and then we can kick on after the international break.
100%. If we can get a result.
Chelsea season defining. Inter Milan isn't, but it's a
Yeah.
big game as well.
If we go into that international break with not just with Saka for England, but losing to Chelsea at the bridge, we'd have to sit on that for 2 weeks. That's horrible.
Yeah.
And that's miserable. And I don't want to feel that way. So Arsenal, Sunday, we have a big job to do in a big London derby away at the bridge. We'll preview that Friday with opposition fans. It's probably going to get a bit heated. We might even do a Chelsea-Arsenal London combined 11. Do many Chelsea players make it into
Arsenal?
Yes, Charlie, I did a 4-3-3. How about you give me your combined 11 for Inter Arsenal and your formation you're picking?
Oh no. I wish I didn't ask now. I've got to think. now I've got to get my David Raya's going in goal for me, but Sommer, I've got respect for him because I think he's good.
Yeah.
This is tough. I'll go for a 4-3-3 as well. For me, the two centre-backs are Gabriel and Saliba. However, the left-back's going to be DeMarco. Because, and you know what, the right-back, I'm going Dumfries at right-back. DeMarco
I did that too.
Back,
I did that too.
Gabriel and Saliba. Raya in goal.
What about Bastoni?
He's good.
He's very underrated. I'm not sure if it's my connection or Charlie. Charlie, can you hear me? You'll beat us easily. Bastoni and Saliba, says Nippon. Hi, Jordan. Big up to you. Charlie, it's frozen. I can't hear you at the moment. I'm not sure if it's frozen just for me. Maybe I should leave the StreamYard and come back, or is it frozen, Charlie, for you? Well, some technical difficulties at the moment. Oh, okay. He's gonna reconnect. No problem. Nippon says we'll beat Chelsea easily. Nippon, have some confidence. I know you got knocked out of the cup, the EFL Cup, and drew to Man United, but you're at home. You should be more confident.
StreamYard.
Hey, Charlie.
StreamYard kicking me off. The app just crashed.
Yeah, and we pay so much money for this stupid.
Yeah, I know I'm talking fact, StreamYard. You don't have to kick me off as well. Yeah, Raya's going in goal. Dumfries is right back. Gabriel Saliba, two centre backs. DeMarco left back. Oh, this is getting tough now. Midfield is going to be Rice, Barella, and Martin Odegaard.
Wait, if Odegaard's available, right?
Yeah. If Odegaard's available, yeah. On the right will be Saka. Up front will be Lautaro Martinez as well. Obviously, I feel like he look. I like Havertz, but I think what's his name's
Lautaro's clear.
I think what's his name's better, to be fair, but he's a quality striker. And then on the left, probably Martinelli. But yeah, if Odegaard's not available, yeah, I think that's fair enough, to be fair.
What about Zielinski in midfield? Oh, but Odegaard is better than him.
Yeah, if what's his name's not fit, yeah, maybe him as well.
Yeah, this is just a combined 11 with the players who are available. Assuming Odegaard is fit, he would be in our combined 11. Disclaimer. Yeah. BX Gunner's asking what midfield combo works best for Ethan Nwaneri.
Is that a question towards me?
I think it's for both of us. Sure, go ahead.
I'll let you go first.
I'd say Partey, Ethan Nwaneri, and maybe Odegaard, assuming Odegaard's back.
Rice and Partey, Rice and Partey.
But I know Odegaard and Nwaneri almost essentially same position. So Rice, Partey, Nwaneri.
Yeah, the good thing is about Ethan Nwaneri, can't he play out on the right as well? Like he can come on.
Yeah.
If Odegaard's if we're winning a game, Saka can come off.
They can interchange.
Yeah. No, I think the two fullbacks are good. Like they got Dumfries and DeMarco. I'll give them Barella and Lautaro Martinez.
I'm worried on the left-hand side for us. If our left-hand side will be too open.
Yeah, I can't think of a left winger that Inter Milan have got, to be honest. Otherwise,
I don't know any notable left wingers for them.
No, otherwise,
their fullbacks are really good. Zielinski in midfield, and of course, their two strikers up front.
The only thing I'd consider is putting Martinez on the left and Thuram up front for the combined 11.
Yeah, he can play up front or on the left.
I'll give him that.
But for Argentina, he mostly plays up front. Lautaro.
Yeah. Thuram's been in good form as well for them. They got good. They're a good team. I respect them, and
they're really well organized.
Yeah,
they're good set up.
That stadium's going to be rocking on Wednesday night.
I think so, but a lot of people are saying it's going to be a dead rubber game and this and that, and you know how people talk, like the Man United-Chelsea game the other night. It was like watching paint dry.
Yeah, but the Inter fans will be up for it, though, surely.
Of course, their fans are crazy.
I was going to say, if they're not up for it, they can send the tickets our way and we'll go in the home end as well.
Oh, that would be incredible. Nippon says, we haven't beaten a Big Six team yet. That's why I'm not confident going into this game. That's going to be Friday or Saturday whenever I get a chance to go live to talk about Chelsea. I did get your message, Nippon. I'll try to join you for a preview if I'm not working. BX Gunner says, Odegaard will be rusty as hell. No way I'd start him.
No, I wouldn't.
I agree. I'd bring him off the bench for match fitness, though, which is what I expressed earlier on in the video.
Good start.
Says,
oh, wow. 24 points from 11 games. They're second at the moment. Huh.
We need to start fast and hit them early on Wednesday. Ethan in the 10 with Rice and Partey in midfield. So he's saying to start Ethan with Rice and Partey. He went with the same midfield you went with, Charlie. And you said keep Trossard glued to the bench for now because he doesn't deserve to start. He's more impactful off the bench.
Yeah, I think so. Look, I love Trossard, by the way. I'm not saying I don't because he's a brilliant player. He scored some great goals and he's a clinical goal scorer. But against Newcastle, none of the team were good, by the way. But I just feel like, I want to give Ethan Nwaneri a chance. And if it's not working, then we can bring on Odegaard if he's on the bench and see what he can do.
Yeah, of course. And I think, bringing on Odegaard, it's not only for us to impact the game, but get his fitness up, like I said, before a big game on Sunday. With that being said, Charlie, I want to ask your final thoughts on something I discussed earlier by myself. Is this. Former Arsenal invincible Edu Gaspar agrees to join a group controlled by Marinakis, who actually gave Arteta COVID, believe it or not, at the time when we had all that pandemic stuff going on.
Yeah, now they're taking...
But what do you think of the news of Edu Gaspar leaving Arsenal with immediate effect?
Well, I know someone who doesn't like Edu. I know a few people that don't like Edu. For me, I'm not that bothered, but I think Edu. I'm surprised he's leaving because he played at the club. He obviously cares about the club, so
he's our first sporting director of Arsenal.
Yeah, it's interesting the fact he's going. So I wish him well, but I feel like he did do some good deals. He did contribute to some good deals, but the summer window wasn't the best. I feel like he could have moved in for a winger more quickly. But no, generally he was all right for Arsenal. But I'm not really that bothered he's gone, to be honest. Not too bothered.
Yeah, for sure. And Charlie, going back to this Inter Milan game, first of all, my best wishes to Edu Gaspar at Nottingham Forest, his future club. 3 times the salary. You can't blame a man for
We'll see
chasing
him on
the
the
bag.
23rd. We'll see him on the 23rd.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll go up to him and say, how come you're leaving?
And we have a cup game. We have
best
Forest on the
wishes to him.
23rd. Enjoy the game, Charlie.
Yeah,
I
it's a
want to
big
talk
game.
about this for a sec, Charlie. This is a big matchup for Uncle Party here. Is DiMarco versus Thomas Partey. How do you think that matchup is going to go? Because it's a bit worrying. DiMarco is a lot faster than Thomas Partey. That's not the real Edu. Come on, guys.
I know. I was wondering for a second. I was wondering how come DiMarco v Partey, but yeah, Partey might play right back because Ben White's still not 100%.
If Ben White is not 100% fit, then Arteta would probably play Partey.
Oh yeah,
right
DiMarco's a good player. So look, Partey's actually done alright at right back. To be fair to him, he's done well, and he's actually been quite reliable this season. I mean, that is a surprise in itself.
Knock on wood, no injuries so far, and
yeah,
consistent performances from Partey.
He's been good, but yeah, DiMarco down the left.
This is assuming Partey's at right back, mind you.
Yeah, this will be a big battle, an epic one, big battle, and
I don't think this is meant for Partey. This is a game for Partey to play right back, but considering the circumstances, if Ben White did not train, which we don't have information of, I do think, however, that White will play this game and will start this game. So for that reason, this wouldn't apply, and I think it would be DiMarco against Ben White, which is a lot better to deal with, right?
Yeah, for sure.
This is just assuming Partey is at right back for this game. Then it would be a matchup of DiMarco versus Thomas Partey at right back. Now, again, first Vinay, now Edu. It's Arteta's turn to go next, says HJ90. Big up to you, HJ90. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining. We're just about to wrap up the stream. We've been going on for about 52 minutes. And thanks, Charlie, for joining me on this one.
There's another 7 hours of the stream left now. I'm joking.
Yeah, on FDT's channel.
Yeah, don't do what I did and do an 8-hour game
for GTA. I don't know how to redirect streams. People redirect streams.
I'm not going live. I'm not going live just yet. I got to have dinner. Yeah, but I thought I'd come on.
Okay.
It's a massive game, and
yeah,
just don't let me down, Arsenal. You know what I mean? I want to, even if we get a draw, whatever, I won't be too disappointed. But if we lose, then our confidence going into Chelsea is going to be at an all-time low, and then that Chelsea game will be like nervy, very nervy, because if you lose, the season's in like crisis.
Yeah,
it would be, by the way, because Tottenham, if they beat Ipswich, they'd go above us. So yeah, just get a win, try and get a good result against Inter Milan, and then go into Chelsea with some confidence. But Inter Milan's a big game as well. We need to get into the top 8. So my focus is all on that, to be honest.
I'm still going for a 1-0 draw, Charlie. I think
1-0.
It's just gonna be a 1-0 draw. I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game for the fact that
we'll score and then they'll score. We'll score and then they'll score.
The fact that we have no creativity. I do think we're gonna score first, actually. And then it'll be typical Arsenal to sit back and then bam, we get conceded on with a header or something from Lautaro.
I reckon we'll score. We'll score fairly early, and then Inter will put some pressure on, and then they'll score like 70th minute. We
sit back and invite pressure on us.
No, I don't want to see that. No.
Sounds like typical Arsenal, Charlie.
Yeah, this season it does. Yeah, for sure.
All right, folks. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. 239 people tuned in on Twitter and YouTube combined. Thanks for everyone who's been watching. I did go live earlier to discuss the breaking news of former Arsenal invincible Edu Gaspar leaving the club with immediate effect to join Marinika's group, which includes Nottingham Forest and 2 other clubs for 3 times wages. With that being said, folks, have a good rest of your evening. or night, wherever you are in the world, or afternoon. Take care, everyone. Charlie, where can everybody find you, and what content do you do on your channel?
They can find me on FDT. FDT is called
I'm
on
just about to
YouTube.
put the link in my own chat. Ha.
Cheers. Yeah, I'd appreciate anyone who leaves a subscribe. Yeah, if you try searching up my name, do FDT Arsenal, because if you search up FDT, it comes up with the FDT song. Because yeah. But
Here,
on a serious
FDT.
note, big up to Mel. Keep the content going. She's a loyal Arsenal fan. Obviously, goes quite a lot of games.
This is Charlie's channel.
And yeah, I do gaming, vlogs. I'm 100% gonna vlog Arsenal Forest. I'm actually gonna buy a portable charger this time, so by the time I get to the ground, I won't have 10% like I always do. But
I'm always paranoid
vlogs,
because of the digital pass thing.
Yeah,
if you don't
vlogs,
have charge, you can't get in.
Gaming streams and football streams really. But yeah, keep it up, Mel, and come on, you Gunners.
Thanks a lot, Charlie.
1-1 draw. I think it'll be a close game, similar to Atalanta, because Italian teams are tough to beat at home. But I think we'll draw.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. I agree with Charlie. Italian teams, especially Inter Milan, are in really good form at the moment. So I think we'll draw away from home, which isn't a bad result at all. I'd take it. I did comment Charlie's channel. Those of you, he is on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I believe 1.5K. Big up to Charlie. He does a lot of gaming content, and he even plays with his viewers. So if you guys want to interact and get involved, kindly check out his channel. He does even EA Sports, the new FIFA, which isn't the greatest from what I've heard. In terms of glitching and all these other issues with the game. They made it a lot harder to qualify for FUT Champs, according to Charlie.
Yeah, they did.
But,
you have to,
but that's a whole different can of worms.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into a long, in-depth thing about that.
But bye for now, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Adios. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow to discuss Arteta's press conference ahead of the game to Inter Milan. Come on, you Gunners, and let's go to the San Siro on Wednesday night.